excited to have you all here today, and I think you'll come away with a couple of things. One is I think you'll get some really good insights into some of the key markets within and countries within Africa, and get some insights into some of the complexities around local payment methods, some of the regulatory issues, as well as some of the consumer behaviour issues that are so pertinent and so important in Africa as well.
Why is this the time to talk about Africa? Why do we need to look at Africa now? So 54 markets across 4 regional economic and monetary unions. That's the Economic Community of West African States, the Economic Community of Central African States, the Southern African Development Community, and the East Africa Community. It's the fastest growing region of the world. 50% of the world's population growth is African. Internet penetration is at about 1/3 at the moment. That figure is growing by 1/5 every year.
And then I think most importantly that we want to innovate in this space, because we are very clear that it is ready. We have to do this now.
As a society, they have a strong propensity to apply digital solutions to resolve structural economic deficits in their communities. They've bypassed an infrastructural and a technological generation. And African economic development has really started to blossom in the digital era, and so African societies have adapted accordingly. So if you look at the life cycle of a citizen of a rural community in Africa and how much the impact of digital services would enhance their lives, if you think about education, healthcare, it's all being done now on smartphones. The ability to digitize cash and use it for mobile money transactions.
The amount of transactions they're consuming is much greater than the actual wallet value, right? So, so it's the constant add more cash, spend it, add more cash, spend it. So
when we looked at the payments landscape 4 or 5 years ago, we recognized that countries like North America, US, Canada, the main markets in Europe were very well served, right? There's a lot of very large, high-scale providers in those markets. And so if you're a large merchant, you're looking for growth, where are you going to find that growth? And the answer to that is, we think, in emerging markets.
So we focus on solutions that are completely local in nature for conversion rates and optimization.
So this event was extremely helpful in understanding the African payment landscape, especially coming from a background of not really knowing much about how the landscape is formed in Africa.
You can't really lump Africa into just a single continent. There's so many countries.
Coming out of it, I've learned a lot about how internet ubiquity has grown inside of this continent and how that has really driven commerce to a mobile-first platform.
You guys, Emergent, you guys are coming up with a pretty cool one-stop solution.
Overall, I thought it was a tremendously run event, and I'm excited to learn more in the future.
Definitely the solutions that were laid out today, very valuable. I want to find out way more.